Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually using this video that I've streamed on Instagram because I wanted to put this message out there also. So I've decided that I wanted to do a series talking about decluttering friends. So along the walks in my life, I meet people that do have a group of friends, people that only have one best friend, or people that have no friends at all, which is kind of what I've been struggling with growing up in life. So when I say growing up in life, it was when I left high school is when reality hit me, that I realized that I don't have many friends. So I believe that as you grow and get older, your definition of what you want in a friend changes. So as you grow and change, what you want in a friend changes also, if that kind of makes sense. So I wanted to do the topic I wanted to do today is about negative friends and energy drainers, because even though I'm very good at selecting friends, I also pick the wrong friends also. But it takes a while for me to see their true colours. I believe that you should also trust in God, that He always reveals the true colours of people's spirits. That's very important. So, to start off, in terms of negative friends, I always confide in friends because with family members, I don't really have someone I can always talk to about my problems or things in life. And it's taken me so long to realize that I cannot do that. So I always go to friends for advice, talk about my problems, talk about my success, my achievements, and this leads me on to the lady that I met in Birmingham that said, whatever your right hand knows, your left hand doesn't need to know. I can't remember if I said the phrase correct, but she said it was a phrase, and I really like that because it just means that not everyone has to know everything that's happening in your life or anything that you're achieving. It's best to keep a lot of things private and quiet. So yeah, so obviously I've learned a big lesson today to not confide in certain people that I consider my friends, because obviously it can be used against you as a weapon. um so I kind of wanted to talk about this topic without diving into stories or talking about anyone in particular, but I feel like I can only do it if I talk about my stories in life. So let's start off with negative friends. So it can be hard to identify that in people because sometimes negativity can be disguised as positive. So you might think that these people are looking out for you and giving you the best of advice because they know what's best. They can see from an outside perspective that this is what you need in life. And sometimes you can receive the wrong advice from the wrong people. So obviously I've been misled in that sense. So I have a set of friends that I do talk to, especially if I'm going through a hard time and they know a bit about my life, so I confide in them. But there's a problem that has been occurring a lot. So if I've got a friend, for example, and we keep running into the same problem, so 1 minute we're good, the next minute we're not, it kind of falls into like this loop where I'll I'll walk away from the friendship, and then over time I miss that friend again and I go back to that friendship. Someone just wrote bad advice is toxicity. I agree with that. I mean, that needs to be pinned because that's very true. Let me just pin that comment. That just speaks volumes, that how do I put into words that it means that you've got some type of toxicity in your life, and it does sometimes take a while for people to acknowledge that and to see what they've got around them. Because what I believe is, as human beings, we only see what we focus on, and there's a lot going on around us constantly, and we don't always see it because somebody else may see it because of their perspective in life. So for example, say if I've got a friend and they're not good for me, I maybe focus on the fact that we're always going out every Saturday and I'm enjoying my life with that person, whereas somebody else may see the real them, but I won't see it because I'm not focused on looking for the bad traits in that person. Does that make sense? So I do believe in life we do get blinded a lot because we don't always see the whole picture, the big picture of things. Obviously, God sees everything, so connecting more with Him does help us see through that. But as I was saying, um, yeah, so this video is going to be put on YouTube, so I'm streaming on Instagram, so I can put it on there. But I wanted to do this live stream on here first before I record for YouTube, if that makes sense. Because I didn't want to do like a multi-stream. I didn't want to mess with apps and then not know how to, if I stream on two apps, what's happening with copyrights and stuff. I didn't want to mess with all that, so I'm just doing it this way, and then I can save this live and then pull it onto YouTube. And because I'm rambling on right now, I'm gonna have to edit my video and then crop that bit out. So yeah, so as I was saying, like, negative people, or even if they're not a negative, they may not be a bad person, they may not be a negative person, but their bad advice can be toxic in your life, and you have to be careful of following everyone's advice. I think the best thing is to connect with yourself and with God, of course, but you'll know deep inside if that advice is good or bad for you. So yeah, so let me use one of my friends as an example. So my ex-friend, um don't want to dive too much into it because just in case this video comes across to her, so I'll just use a vague example of hers. So I confided a lot in friend number one. So let's label it as friend number one. So I confided a lot in friend number one. Sometimes she would misunderstand me a lot, which would frustrate me, because obviously you cannot advise someone if you don't know the whole picture of the situation. And I think that was a lesson to myself also, because I would try and advise my friends if they're going through a tough time, because I would be so convinced that my knowledge can help them with their situation, and that caused me to lose a friend in that sense. So definitely in the future, I don't want to be giving people advice unless I know for sure that they definitely want the advice. Yeah, so it all boils down to people expressing their needs and what they really want in a friendship and what they need from that friendship. It's important that people are more vocal about that, but of course human beings are not perfect and we're going to make errors, and sometimes we don't communicate well with each other. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So friend number one, we'd always dive into this problem where sometimes I would receive, oh, I cannot speak. So sometimes I would receive good advice from her, and then when it was bad advice, I couldn't work out if it was done deliberately or if she was genuinely trying to help me. But of course, I went back to that friendship about 2 times, and then today was a big eye-opener for me. She really crossed the line, and obviously I expressed to her that I was not happy with what she said, but there was no apology or anything whatsoever. And then I decided to just dismiss the friendship, and she replied with saying that she'll never forgive me again, which is fine because I know that I wasn't the one that made the comment. I wasn't the one that was in the wrong. So that's fine by me. But it does hurt when you feel like you have a good friendship and then you just get treated like almost like you're nothing. But obviously this video, the purpose of this video is not to expose anyone or to complain about that. It's just to speak about my personal experience. So moving on, another thing to note if you've got a negative friend is if they are energy drainers. So if they are energy drainers, so if you have a friend that every time you come into contact with them, your spirit and your energy just feels drained, you just feel like you're spending so much energy trying to uplift this person from their negative mood. You're trying to help them out of situations. You're trying to help them see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you just feel left feeling drained. That is an energy drainer, and that friendship needs to go ASAP. um I've learned in life that you can't help everyone. Yeah, you can't help everyone, and if you keep trying to help this person, you'll end up going down with them like a sinking ship, and that's not cool. I understand that sometimes people do go through hard times and they do need your friendship. I understand that. But if you find that your friendship is constantly on a sinking ship and there's no joy, your needs are not being met, and it's very one-sided, and you just feel like you're the one being there for that person but they're never there for you, that friendship needs to go. Most definitely. You cannot help everyone. How do I stress that? So yeah, in terms of negative friends as well, like toxic friends, they may insult you, they may laugh about you behind your back, they may make bad jokes in front of your face and then pretend they're joking. That's very toxic. Please be careful of the company that you do keep. They may be making holes in your boat and you will drown. Um, just be very, just stay woke to everyone around you. You can only trust yourself. Understand that everyone can be going through something, and the way they may be acting towards you may be a result of what they're going through. They may not realize that they're doing it, and um they may be hurting you, but please be vocal about it. Give people a chance. They may be willing to change, but I mean, if they're a negative friend and they are not meant to be in your life, don't expect a good response back or a good outcome, because it could end very badly. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it does help someone out there. If you do have any comments, any advice towards anyone that's going through this situation or dealing with a negative friend, please leave them below. Also, let me know in the comment section below if you know how to identify a negative friend and what your, maybe you can tell me your story on the situation or anything like that. If you do want to message me with a private story, you can do. I can also give you my Instagram in terms of that. But guys, stay woke, stay calm. If you have got a negative friend in your life, please set boundaries. It's so important. Mental health is so important. You do need a good support system around you. It's very, very important. And also beware of friends that portray themselves as a supportive system, but they also become negative from time to time. Be careful of that, because that's very toxic, and you shouldn't trust everyone with everything in your life. You should keep some things quiet and know who to tell, and obviously that comes with experience and wisdom. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.